As we all know, thinking deeply about the nature of our reality can be very unsettling, but it can also be very intriguing as well. We love to perplex our brains with concepts that could be possible within our universe. Today we are going to be looking at 5 of those unsettling possibilities. Number 5. Time travel is possible. Well, at least forward time travel. As we know, when you look up at the night sky and observe the stars with your naked eye, you are seeing what was, not what is. You are seeing light from those stars as it was years in the past. The closest star to us, Alpha Centauri, is 4.3 light years away from us, meaning that if we could travel at the speed of light, we would reach the star system in 4.3 years. Now here is the strange part. If we were to figure out how to travel at 99% of the speed of light, we would be able to jump forward in time. So for the sake of this video, we will round 4.3 light years up to 5 light years. We know that if we were travelling a distance of 5 light years at the speed of light, it would take us 5 years. But for the people on Earth, 36 years would have passed. This means that an entire new generation of people would have been born and gotten to 36 years old before you get back after just a 5-year journey. Most likely your children would be older than you now. And this is only 5 light years, which is just a little further than the distance to get to Alpha Centauri, let alone come back. This tells us that through having the ability to travel at the speed of light, we would be able to time travel. This would also be a reminder for us that time is a very strange thing. It is very interesting to think what may happen with the future and how we humans may travel around the universe without the entire human race most likely being entirely extinct before we come back. I am definitely grateful to live in a time where we are beginning to explore and learn more about the universe that we live in. Number 4. Solar coronal mass ejections. Whilst a smaller scale than time travel, a solar coronal mass ejection is a frightening future occurrence that happens periodically. The last mass ejection event was the Carrington event of 1859. This mass ejection hit the Earth's magnetosphere, which created the largest geomagnetic storm on record. It caused severe damage to telegraph systems around the globe. The reasons that mass ejections have found a place on my list today is it has been predicted that if, or better when, one of these mass ejections happens again, it is very likely it will cause massive amounts of damage to our electronics all over the world. This would be an enormous problem for us humans of today's society, as we are now of course heavily reliant on technology for things such as banking and of course transport. With the banks and transport industries grinding to a halt, the fallout from this would be horrifying, as through the lack of access to money and transportation, we would see food shortages all over the world. We as humans in modern society are less reliant on using survival skills, due to the fact that most humans don't need to focus any part of their mind on learning how to survive without technology. The world would be plunged into chaos with people's survival instincts kicking in from the lack of food. There would be people robbing, looting, and hoarding items all for themselves. We have seen evidence of this being a reality through people panic buying during the current pandemic. Perhaps we may eventually be sent back to medieval times by a solar coronal mass ejection, but for now, all we can do is hope that we will be prepared for the inevitability of one colliding with Earth again. Number 3. Becoming machines. The thought that humanity may go down a route of advancements towards implementing augmentation to our body is not a thought that is out of the realm of possibility. We can see that our knowledge of robotics, biology, and physics, as well as many other STEM fields, is improving. We will see, because of this, that we are heading towards a future where the development of prosthetics into full-fledged robotic arms, which can be controlled by the individuals and they can touch and feel with said prosthetic, is definitely possible. These advancements would have amazing implications for the future of medicine. We have to wonder to ourselves, when is the limit of augmentation? What is the level where you are not even human anymore? There is a thought experiment, which is when there is an old boat and you need to replace all of the planks on the boat with new ones. When is the boat a new boat? When you lay down the first new plank, or the last, or somewhere in between. We can relate this to our own body. If we are augmenting our body with robotics that perform better than our limbs and organs that we are born with, when are we not human anymore? Many intelligent people have proposed the idea that humans may eventually be able to upload their consciousness onto a computer and make copies of themselves. You may still be around after your physical body passes. The you part, the memories and experiences would still be alive, but just uploaded onto a computer. If this is hypothetically in the future of humanity, it makes us wonder whether other complex life in the universe may reach the same point, where they begin to become an almost fully augmented civilization. While most of these technologies are still hypothetical, it is interesting to think what the future may hold in store for humans. Who knows, perhaps we could be one of the last generations that die a natural death. Number 2. We were not the first civilization on Earth. This is one of the more interesting ideas about our planet, that perhaps there was other intelligent life on the planet before we humans came around. Some people do believe that it could be possible that an advanced civilization once lived here and decided to leave and traverse the stars. The Earth has existed for around 4.5 billion years, and life has been on the planet for around 3.5 billion years. Human life as we know it has only been around for 200,000 years, which is a blink of the eye in the lifetime of the planet. We know that there are countless species that existed on the planet that we will never know about due to the fact that none of the members of the species happen to fossilize. So, could it be possible that a civilization once inhabited the planet and all traces of it have been expunged from the Earth in the time that is taken for humans to develop? We know that if all of humanity was to die off right now, within a few million years, all signs that there was a technologically advanced society here would have crumbled away. So with this thought, we can speculate that there may have been life on the planet a billion years ago, and we would have no clue about it. In this hypothetical scenario, we must ask ourselves what would be the reason for all of the advanced life on the planet to leave and move out into space. Could it have been for evacuation reasons, or is it more along the lines of the species discovered other habitable worlds and decided to head out into the galaxy to colonize these worlds? Imagine we humans are chilling out, relaxing and enjoying our daily lives, and then a spaceship shows up and asks us what we are doing on their homeworld, and that we need to leave. Perhaps, even more terrifyingly, they could have seeded human life on the planet and moved out so they can use their homeworld as a type of experimentation to learn more about the nature of life and how it thrives and what factors need to be at play for other life to exist in the universe. While there are lots of ifs and buts in this scenario, it is still a very deep and interesting concept to ponder on. So let's kick back and wait for our fellow Earth babies to come home. Number 1. That the universe was created. We humans have many different beliefs, but could it be possible for us to find evidence of the fact that the universe was created by a god, or whether the universe is a type of ancestor simulation? We have many reasons to suspect that the nature of reality isn't exactly what it seems to be. By all accounts, the universe is a strange place. The Earth seems all but perfectly made for life to exist on it. Was this just a pure coincidence, or was there some kind of divine intervention? We know that life on the planet came into existence around the exact moment that it could. While this is rather strange, it could be possible that we were given an extra push. Was this by a god, or a person running a simulation? I myself often think about the very possible fact that the universe could actually be infinite, and there may be a multiverse. If this is the case, then surely throughout the multiverse, there would be an infinite amount of universes where there is a god, an infinite amount of universes where there isn't, and an infinite amount of universes where the universe is a simulation. What stands out the most to me when I run down this line of thought is that if an omnipotent God exists within one universe, then why would it not be able to cross over into multiple universes? Or is there some kind of filter that stops things like this from happening? While I myself am a spiritual person and do believe in that line of thinking, I myself know that the universe is a strange place. I cannot ever know anything for a fact, and I am always the person who wants to learn as much information about the environment that I exist in. We all as humans interpret the universe in different ways, and through the information that we have, make our own conclusions about our own beliefs. For me, the spiritual experiences that I've had, and the information that I have learned about space and science, and the universe and theories and hypotheses, has solidified what I believe. The complex nature of reality and speculating about it and trying to understand it is the main reason that I created a YouTube channel in the first place, to have a place to document my thoughts and ideas, and even dive into thoughts and ideas that I don't believe in but I think are very interesting and get your mind thinking deeply, which is the main goal here. While the knowledge that the universe was created can be unsettling, it would also be a very reassuring thing for many people around the globe. But I do believe that side of reality will remain mostly shrouded in mystery until our time comes. Well, there you are. There has been 5 unsettling possibilities of the universe. If you enjoy the video, please make sure to check out the rest of the videos on my channel and subscribe and turn on the notification bell for similar uploads to this. I appreciate you stopping by. Much love and peace.